The Minister of Canadian Heritage and Official Languages would like to address us, and as our procedure, we give our elected officials first in line service.
Well, Christmas came early. Thank you. Thank you very much for allowing me to come and speak to you just very briefly today, councillors. Thank you very much for this hearing on this very important item that I think is worthy of the debate and attention that I know that the City of Vancouver has given it, and thank you to all those who are here to present and get involved as part of this debate. I just wanted to come here just very briefly to mention, as the federal minister responsible for the Vancouver area on behalf of the federal government, that we are entirely supportive of this motion and entirely supportive of the sanctioning of mixed martial arts in Vancouver, and entirely supportive of the idea of hosting a UFC event here in Vancouver in the very near future. As we all know, the year 2010 is a very big year for not only the City of Vancouver, the province of British Columbia, but indeed for all of Canada. Not only are we hosting the Olympic and Paralympic Games, we're also hosting the G20 Summit, the G8 Summit. We have the Queen's Visit coming next year. We have all kinds of great opportunities for Canada to express itself and step forward on the world stage. And that includes sporting events as well. As we all know, cities across the Lower Mainland are dealing with issues related to the 2010 Games and the events that will come after the 2010 Games to maximize the benefits of this. And we know, as is always reported, that there may be some, as they say, the economic aftermath of the 2010 Games and keeping this momentum going. The opportunity to host a very large event like the UFC in Vancouver is a real opportunity for the City of Vancouver, an opportunity that we should not miss. The economic impacts of this are real, and it is an incredible opportunity for the City of Vancouver. They've had two of these shows, as you know, in the City of Montreal. One of them I attended, and I can tell you it was a great event. It was well received. Mayor Tremblay, the Mayor of Montreal, was entirely enthusiastic and welcoming, and I can tell you the kinds of concerns that you're raising here as part of this debate were concerns that were seen and raised and debated in Montreal. They were seen and raised and they were debated in Columbus, Ohio. They were seen, they were raised and debated in Belfast. They were seen and raised and debated in Cologne, Germany. They were seen and debated and considered in all the cities and in all the jurisdictions that have looked at this issue in the past. And it is pretty much unanimous across the board that this is a great event, a great company, and a great opportunity for this sport to move forward. I think the cautious effort that you guys have put forward about a 2-year waiver is the right way to go. Let's not jump into this whole hog. Let's have a 2-year approach, and let's have some events, and let's see how it goes. And I can tell you, if the experience of Vancouver is like anything that the City of Montreal has seen, Montreal had their first show, and there was some nerves about it. Then it went over fantastically well. It was one of the best shows that has ever been in the City of Montreal. And then they had their second show, and it was even bigger and even better, and now they're going to have a third one. The idea of hosting the UFC now in the City of Montreal is a no-brainer. As many times as they want to come, they'd be glad to have them come. And I think that Vancouver should look at this as a real opportunity for us as well. So this is, by the way, the fastest growing sport in the world, and the biggest star in the fastest growing sport in the world is a Canadian, a guy from Montreal named Georges St. Pierre. So for Canada, we should really grab onto this and see this as a real opportunity. I understand the trepidation and the nervousness that some of you have about hosting an event like this. It's new, but Vancouver is a city that's always been on the cutting edge of new things and embracing new and great things, and I think that hosting the UFC in 2010 is a real opportunity for us that we should grab with both hands. Now, just a small technical matter, there's the issue of Bill C-31, which is before the federal parliament right now, and what that means with regard to the topic at hand. I can tell you there is no concern with regard to the legal aspects of mixed martial arts with regard to the federal government. There are no concerns about it. If there were, the federal government would have stepped in and stopped the two UFC events that have taken place in the City of Montreal. We would have raised concerns about the mixed martial arts events that have taken place already in Calgary and in Edmonton and in Nanaimo and in Prince George and elsewhere across the country. We haven't done that. There is no legal obstacle from the federal government with regard to hosting mixed martial arts events and hosting the UFC. So the legal obstacles, in my judgment, are not there. That has clearly been demonstrated in the past. And more than that, this is not about allowing something to happen that, well, maybe we can allow to happen. This is about, in my judgment, embracing a sport that our constituents, yours and mine, our constituents have already embraced. They like this sport. They want to see more of it. They want to see it properly regulated and sanctioned, which is what you're considering here today. But by all means, pass the motion. Let's host some great events, and let's keep making sure that Vancouver continues to be a world-class city with world-class standards and is welcoming the fastest-growing sport in the world. With that, I'll be glad to take any questions.